everyone, and welcome back to our channel. We have a new one we're playing with in our Foundation Over 40, so if you're interested in seeing if Peach really does make perfect, stay tuned. Okay, so to start with, if you have not seen this video where I show this little guy just can't get over how cute he is, and he was worth the points I spent on him. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I put up a quick video before this one because I was absolutely astonished. If you have not seen this video yet, you might want to check it out and see the difference that this made in my skin, because I'm telling you, I was dumbfounded. So right now, all I do have on my skin is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, and we're gonna go from there. And I want to say, just off subject, please excuse the background. I'm trying to maneuver my room around in here. Yes, there's green walls because this was Brianna's room before she moved into a big room downstairs. So until I repaint it, and that's not going to be anytime soon, just excuse that. My background, since I've moved my desk to try and get more light in here, my background's now over there on that wall. And yeah, so what I need to get is one of those background things they have. Oh hell, who cares? I need lighting more than anything. Anyways, so back to the subject here. What we're dealing with is I have purchased several foundations, and this was the one I decided to start with today. This is Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation, infused with peach and sweet fig cream, and it claims to be transfer resistant with medium coverage. This is a water-based formula, good for Too Faced, is not filled with denatured alcohol. Does have some fragrance in it, so if you're sensitive to fragrances. This foundation is loaded with dimethicones. So if you are sensitive to dimethicone, then be aware of that. I mean, it's got trimethicone, dimethicone, it's got methicone, it's got every kind of cone in here you can think of. This is an oil-free foundation. It claims to have 14-hour wear, be oil-controlling, photo-friendly, and shine-free. And what it says here is Peach Perfect is infused with refreshing peach and sweet fig cream and our exclusive Comfort Matte long-wearing 14-hour formula. The modern way to wear matte foundation. Photo-friendly, smooth, flawless, and comfortable with a soft, focused, velvety finish. And this does come with 1.6 fluid ounces, so that's a bonus if it's a good foundation. Oh, nice. And it does come in a tube with a pump, so that's nice. Now, standard foundation is 1 ounce, so you're actually getting 0.6 fluid ounces more of product in this. You know, I'll have all the links and product information down below as always, but I believe I paid $38 for this. If not, I'll correct it somewhere here on the screen. And I did purchase it in the color Snow. Since I already have the Photo Finish Primer on, I really don't want to mess with that because I want to see how it's going to perform. But what I do need to do is moisturize my under eyes. I got the sample here of the Paula's Choice. It's from their Resist line. It's the anti-aging eye cream. So I'm going to start with this real quick. I've only been using this for a couple weeks now, but I really like the feel of this eye cream. It's not too heavy. It doesn't give me those, what do you call those little dots? What are they called? Milia? I'm really liking this a lot. It has no fragrance in it either, which is nice. And it absorbs in lickety-split. Next, as always, I'm going with my Pure Hydrogel Lift. It is literally down to the nubbins. She's almost gone. I really enjoy this just because, for one, it's cooling, and I love that cooling feeling on and over and under and everywhere around my eyes. But it's moisturizing. I really like slathering it on right before I do my makeup. It's a little on the spendy side for how much you get, 0.18 ounces. So there's not a huge amount of product in there, but I will say that the product that is in there lasts for quite a while. I mean, I've had that for several months. I do want to put, since my lips are dry, you know me and Fresh. This is Fresh's Sugar Lip Serum Advanced Therapy. I like using this when I'm getting ready to do foundation as opposed to putting on like their regular lip balm because it absorbs into my lips really quickly. Comes in a little container like this. This stuff lasts forever. But anyways, it absorbs into my lips very quickly. You get that continued feeling of your lips being moisturized. Not like it absorbs in and then your lips feel dry again. But it doesn't interfere with my foundation. That's why I like using that. Okay, let's put you up there and let's just let that sit up there for a minute. Hopefully it doesn't... Well, you know what? No, let's just blend this in. Well, that's a good thing I did that because... yeah, I'm not liking the way that's laying at all. Can you see how it's like sticking? I don't know if the lights, if you can see it or not, but it's like it's sticking real weird up here and here. I got a sample of this. I did try and purchase the full size of the Soft Focus Mattifying Finish Primer is what they call it. And this is by Too Faced as well. They were sold out at Sephora. I also tried to buy the powder. It was sold out. I tried to buy the bronzer. It was sold out. I got a little point perk guy here. I've already, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and try it. So it's just a little guy here. But like I said, I've already got the Photo Finish Primer by Smashbox all over my face. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this on half of my face. And I want to see if it makes a difference. Because it was obviously formulated to work with this foundation. I want to see what kind of difference it makes. And quite frankly, it might be absolutely atrocious on me because they're all mattifying. So let's read what they say about this. Again, this is the Mattifying Soft Focus Finish Primer. And it says, refreshing peach and sweet fig cream is infused in our long-lasting, cooling matte primer that blurs and smooths your complexion with a brightening peach tint that works on any skin tone. Wear alone or under foundation for a mattifying, soft focus finish that's lightweight, comfortable, and smells as good as it feels. Okay, righto. So let's get some on my finger here. Oh, it's thicker. It's kind of like, I don't smell anything much right now, but it kind of reminds me of the, like the consistency of Professional almost. So let's see. And I'm going to just do this on the left here, your right. And just to see ahead of time, give you a look of what it looks like. So let's see. Oh yeah, it's thicker. Definitely thicker consistency. Oh, it is cooling. Oh, that's really a unique feeling. It is very cooling on the face. That is really interesting feeling. Wonder what they've got in there. The consistency of this feels more like a very quick evaporating moisturizer. It does not feel, you know, I'm not saying it doesn't have it in it. I'm just saying it doesn't feel like it's loaded with dimethicone. It just feels like a real fast acting or fast absorbing moisturizer that's cooling. Boy, that is really unique. I mean, it really does feel cooling. Huh. Okay. So, you can notice a difference, huh? But we'll see if it makes a difference with foundation, because I don't notice, I mean, it might have just a tiny bit more tack than this, but it's negligible. Okay, now I think I've got everything on I need to have on. So now we can go to the foundation. So let's give this a try. I think I'm going to try applying this with my brush first, that I use, because I use this in my foundation over 40 all the time. This is the Heavenly Skin CC Plus Skin Perfecting number 702. And here's the consistency of the foundation. While I'm talking, it's slowly meandering its way down my finger. So it is not super thick, but it's a thicker consistency. So since I don't know how fast this dries, oh, I can smell it. I'm just going to apply a tiny bit here, and let's see what she does. If you've had a whiff of their new palette, the just Peachy palette, fragrance is almost identical in this. That just disappeared into my skin. Do you guys see any difference? Let's try another section with a little more here. And I usually start off with patting it in as opposed to blending. I want to just kind of press it into my skin. Well, maybe it'll set down. I don't know. It feels, the best way I can describe it is it feels tacky. But let's see what she does here. Hey, come on, you're brand new. The heck? Hello? Brand new foundation, never even used it before and doesn't want to come out. So far, the coverage, I would say that, God, it's weird because it has like a, maybe it's all the dimethicone in it. I feel like it's sitting on my skin as opposed to blending in with my skin, if that makes sense. Of course, you know, I just put it on and it does seem to kind of set down. So what I'm going to do is finish applying this real quick, and then I'm going to go over it with my, just kind of pat it in with my beauty blender and see if that makes a difference. Just wanted to see if it would build it all down here on my chin. Can't even put my hair up. It still manages to get down here, get stuck in everything. Especially, you can see my little hairs like sticking to it. It's very, very sticky when you first apply it. I'm hoping that that sticky sensation will go away because I don't like that at all. I'll show you close up. Oh. I don't know if you can see the way it's like laying on top of, let me turn this down a little bit and see if that helps. Can you see the way it's like laying on top of my skin? And I want to itch my face so bad right now. And it's just like real blotchy and accentuating every line here really bad. I don't know, but let's keep going. Gotta give it its fair chance, just like everything else. So I'm gonna try and see if I can work this in, because I do not like the way it feels just applying it with a brush. Not at all. This foundation reminds me of one that you do not want to build up because it's so heavy in texture in terms of the dimethicone in it that your face will just feel like glue. Now let's see here. Can you see a difference where I went over it on this side of my face with a beauty blender versus this side not? See how, I don't know if you guys are seeing it. I can see it. This looks a lot smoother now on this side than this does. This looks more even and not as textured. This side looks all kinds of hot mess. And see my forehead here, the difference in my forehead? How this, it looks like it's more even over here. I don't know. Let's do the rest of my face and see. I mean, like literally my beauty blender's like, that's what it feels like. You know, normally when I pounce my beauty blender on, you know, with my foundation, it just pounces like normal, but this I feel like it's it's a really odd feeling. Tell you this much, application wise and how it feels, out of a 10, I give it like a 4. I don't like the way it feels going on. I don't like I don't like the way it blends out. And we're talking initial application. I don't like how sticky it feels. My skin feels kind of confined. Almost like it's, sounds horrible and dramatic, and I don't mean that, but it almost feels like it's suffocating because it's so dense of a formula. It's not thick, but it's dense. Let's just go ahead and get some under eye concealer on real quick and see how this goes with it. This is my by Terry Terribly Denseless Concealer. This is my all-time favorite concealer. I just need to order it in a lighter shade. Ordered 2, thinking 2 looked lighter than 1. Should have known better. And I'm also gonna put this on my lids here to prime them. Now I will say, in terms of the coverage, they claim this is medium coverage. I would probably agree with that. Yeah, I would say it's medium. I would consider this at most a medium coverage. In other words, at least on my skin, this is not a foundation that I would build with, because already I feel so sticky and my skin feels so heavy that there's no way I would want to build it up, even if I could get more coverage out of it. You know, on most days it's fine for me. I mean, I'm not somebody that has to have full coverage. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of one of my favorite powders, the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Micro Finishing Loose Powder. And I'm going to go under my eyes with this just to set the concealer. And I'm also going to get my lid there. And I think I'm going to actually take this powder and go over my entire face with it. I'm hoping, since this is a really, really finely milled silica powder, if I go over my face with it, that I'll get rid of this sticky feeling. I mean, even I just accidentally touched my nose, and you can see like a bald spot on my nose now. It's like the foundation just came right off under it. You know, this said transfer resistant. It says it right on there, transfer resistant. Just wiped the top of my nose and it took every bit of foundation off, and now I have a bald spot there. Complete bald spot on my nose now. And no matter how much I try and rub this to smooth it out, all I'm doing is taking off the rest of my foundation on my nose. Oh my God! Can you guys see this? Now I've managed to take off this whole section of foundation. How is that transfer resistant? This is my Marc Jacobs Perfection Powder, number 100 Finish Line. This is a really, really light powder. That's what it looks like, just FYI. See if I can get rid of this sticky feeling and set this a little bit. This kind of reminds me of NARS Crystal Powder. I have that one as well, but I don't use it anymore. But my press one hard panned. So I bought another one and it hard panned too. So I now have two of the NARS Crystal Powders, almost brand new, and they're both hard panned. I bought Marc's this time and I'm hoping his doesn't do that. Oh, this is so sticky feeling still. And my nose straight up looks like, please, you guys excuse the fact that I have a landing strip going down the center of my nose there. So much to do. Anyways, I have the Peach Glow Palette I'm going to use this time, and the Peach Blush. Let's get my face done real quick. Yeah. I'm going to start off with my Marc Jacobs. This is his Omega Bronze in 104 Tantastic. I love this product. I just absolutely love it. It's a little too warm for my skin tone, but I like it so much I don't care. It's a really pretty product, and it blends just effortlessly. That's why I like Marc's products, because his powder products are really good. I have not tried any of his foundations or anything yet, so I'm anxious to try those and see how they perform on mature skin. Wanted to see how powder product would go over this, and after powdering, you know, it went over really nice. I can tell you this much, there's no way in hell I would have done that over just the foundation. No way, Jose. So let's do a little tiny shadowing of my nose that has no foundation on it. And I'm just gonna take this right up in there in the socket. Okay, now let's try. I have not tried this Peach Glow since I purchased it. Let's see what the bronzer in here looks like. It's pretty warm, but I don't know why they put is this like a blush topper, or, oh yeah, it's got a lot of glow to it. Let's see the highlight. That might be a little too yellow for my skin tone, but oh boy. Let's try some of this bronzer just for the heck of it. What the hell? I probably should have just used this one instead of the Marc Jacobs one, but what the heck. Let's try a multitude of products. The more the better, right? Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the actual Peach Blush from the Peach line, Too Faced, with my, let's see, Wayne Goss 12. I'm not quite sure why they made, this has a lot of shimmer in it, this blush, and then the one in here appears to have even more shimmer in it. So I'm not quite sure why they did two cheek products that are almost identical in color and both have shimmer. I would have thought it'd, you know, make more sense to like this big pan one here to make it a matte and then put the shimmer topper in the highlighting palette, but I don't know. I'm just taking my blush up a little bit there. I like to take it up a little bit, and I like to put a tiny bit on my nose here where I have this bald spot. Okay, now I do want to try, go for broke. Let's try this peach that's in here and see what it does. Oh yeah, that's got a lot of shimmer in it. Look at that. Okay, so we're gonna back off that for now. And I'm gonna take my Wayne Goss 02 into the highlighter, which I'm scared to death to do because it looks way too dark. But what the hell? You guys see that? Oh, there she be. It's way too dark. It's too bad. I'm going to blend all this into my skin afterwards here. I'll do a little on the schnoz that's naked so we can highlight the bald spots. Yeah, don't get me started, boy. I get started on something. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, okay, and I am going to go over everything here with one of my all-time favorite setting powders, or finishing powders. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting, ow in my eye, Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. So, God, this is the worst time ever to want to rub my nose because clearly this foundation does not stay, because I just rubbed my nose here and it's gone already. Anyways, as you can see, I love this powder. I hit pan on it already, which has me almost in tears. This powder's beautiful, you guys. Beautiful for any skin type, any age, but in particular for those of you out there who have more mature skin. Oh, this powder is incredible. It just feels like silk. And do you see how, I mean, this was really harsh orange here and it just wasn't getting along. Finish this face off beautifully, and I'm more down to pan now. The only thing that's a downfall about this powder that I've noticed is that once I broke through to pan on it, it's just started falling apart, which is really a shame. Up until then, you know, every time I put my brush in it, it held up really good and for quite a while. But boy, the minute that it broke through pan and you touch a brush to it. Okay, now I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do my eyebrows and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have everything on. Got a little wee bit carried away with my brows because I'm out of my normal brow products. So anyways, what I'm going to do real quick is, like usual with my foundation over 40s, I will come back and do a check-in with you real quick when my makeup is all done. I'm going to take this opportunity to record the Jaclyn Hill Morphe giveaway with Brie. So we will be doing our eyes on that video. So anyways, after we record that, I will check back in with you guys real quick just to show you all makeup on, and then I will check back in with you at the end of the day to see how this foundation wears. So real quick, let's give you a close-up. I just have my face product and my way too dark eyebrows. Shush up back there. Wow, they are like really caterpillar. They are so dark. Oh my God, look at that. Woo. Woo, woo. Okay, so
you should put on some huge eyelashes to go with it.
Don't listen to her in the background, please. Other than ignoring my eyebrows, that's what the foundation looks like. I will check back in with you guys after my makeup is done, and we'll go from there. So talk to you in a bit. Love you. Bye. Okay. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to pop back on real quick. It's been hours and hours. You know, I was going to come back and show you my makeup like I always do. This is, this is my makeup done. Brie and I recorded the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette giveaway. And it is now almost 9 o'clock. So, you're not going to believe it until you see it. Hang on here, let me turn my... 8:52 p.m. So, unfortunately, there's not going to be a midpoint check-in. If you're interested in seeing what my foundation looked like at any point in time during all this, you can watch the Morphe Jaclyn Hill giveaway video where we got ready and I did my eyes and Brie did hers, or you can watch, we also recorded her soapbox video. So, let me take a peek real quick here. You know, I don't know. I can't even talk. I'm so tired. I'm really torn on this one, guys, because there's areas where it looks really pretty on my skin, and there's areas where it doesn't look so nice on my skin. As an example, and I'll show you when we get close up, my chin, in my opinion, looks absolutely horrific. Around my mouth here, my smile lines, my lip here looks, I mean, I have all kinds of wrinkles here where I don't have wrinkles. But then again, when you look over here, my cheeks, in my opinion, they look real pretty. You know, the side of my face here and stuff looks real nice, and up to my temples, and, you know, under my eyes here, you know, looks really nice. And then you get up to my forehead, and my forehead's not too bad. Actually, I am seeing a little bit of where my foundation looks a little cakey here, but then again, that might be because of the fact that I have no foundation on the entire top of my nose now. And again, you'll see that when you get close up, you'll be able to see all my freckles here. And yes, those are freckles, they're not age spots. I actually had somebody leave a comment and say, those aren't freckles, they're age spots. No, they're freckles. I've had them all my life. Thank you very much. People are drawing freckles on now, and I'm trying to cover mine up still. Anyways, when I, you know, but in the beginning, hey Odes, hey Pity Bull, do you want to say hi to everyone? Come here. Come here. This is my, can you see him? Oh, there went some makeup. Okay, go on. Blame the pit bull. That's Odin, that's our Pity Bull. Such a goof. Anyways, so, but you know, in the very beginning, I wiped my nose, as you guys saw, and it cleared off a spot. And then when I was trying to correct it, I took the Beauty Blender and kind of wiped up my nose trying to blend it, and it took all the foundation completely off. So, yeah, so I've got like a bare spot here, and then like, so this might look really thick just because there's no foundation underneath it. So, you know, and I will tell you that, like, you know, I rub my nose a lot because I have, you guys probably hear me sniff a lot. And the reason why I do that is because I have a very severely deviated septum and I refuse to get the surgery to correct it. So half my nose is completely blocked. And anyways, it causes a lot of sinus problems. So that's why you may hear me sniffing a lot, even though I try not to. And yeah, I went ham and haywire on my eyebrows, so let's just ignore those because that was my fault. I used the Brow Gal, this trio here, which is actually really good. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with the powders in here. The only problem is instead of sticking to my taupe side like I should have, I mixed in a little bit of this, trying to give a little definition to the tail of my brows. And yeah, gave a little definition, all right. My brows are about, oh, I don't know, probably 4 shades darker than my hair. But let's just forget that, shall we? You know, I think this foundation would probably be pretty on skin that doesn't have a lot of imperfections. I would not say, and this is my first impression, as you guys saw, I did not moisturize heavily my skin as I normally would with a matte foundation. And this, while they call this a comfort matte, it's still a matte. And normally with a matte foundation, you know, I would put down some real heavy moisturizer and I would put an oil on as well. This is my favorite one right here, by Sisley Paris, the Black Rose Precious Face Oil. This is my all-time favorite facial oil. It has been for years. Normally, you know, I put that down and that just absorbs right into the skin and gives a real heavy moisturizing base. I didn't do any of that because of the fact that I was testing the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. And I didn't want to add anything on top of that to interfere with that. So, you know, I do want to give this foundation another try with my skin heavily moisturized. I don't know. I think it ages my skin a lot. While I have texture on my chin, that's the only area pretty much that is a problem area for me, that I have texture. I don't know why. But my entire upper lip looks like it has texture. My chin not only looks like it has texture, I look like I've got, you know, a field of acne blooming underneath my skin. It just doesn't look good. The wrinkles here are not just lines where you're seeing the delineation between my cheek and my lip. It's actual lines. You know, let me get close up so you guys can see while I'm doing this. That makes more sense, doesn't it? And let's kind of turn this down a little. Sometimes the bright light kind of tends to wash all that out. But I don't know if you can see, but like right here, this is, see the actual line? I mean, it's actually made a line there. It's settled so bad into my smile line wrinkles that when I pull my skin back there and the shadow's not casting anymore, you see the actual line there? I mean, it's done that on both sides. Look at that. And like I said, my chin just looks horrible. The foundation has sunk into all this line continuing down here, and my smile line's really bad on both sides. Around my nose here, it's not too bad. It's like it's worn off a little bit there, which is kind of interesting. Usually, if anything, I have it cake up as opposed to wearing off. Now you can see my upper lip, how cakey this looks. That's the best way I can describe it. But when you get up here to my cheek, it looks pretty nice on both sides. I don't see a lot of issues, and I don't see it accentuating texture or anything. My under eye area looks pretty good. It's not, you know, it didn't interact badly with my concealer. It's not caking up or wrinkling there. And of course you can see, hopefully, here on my nose where there's absolutely no foundation from right here to right there. So this whole section of my nose has no foundation there. And of course right here above it looks real cakey. My forehead, I'm really kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of on my forehead because these lines that you can see here have gotten a lot more noticeable, but the rest of it looks okay. I mean, it's, you know, I don't know. So while I hate to not be able to give you guys an actual yay or nay of how I feel in this foundation, I do want to be fair to the product and to the company. And normally when I'm wearing a matte foundation, I'm going to heavily moisturize my skin, and I did not do that. So I will be trying this again after I followed a routine I normally would with a matte foundation. Would I recommend this for people who have dry skin? I don't know. I'm going to have to wait and see when I've got my heavy moisturization base down. I will tell you this, I don't think it's transfer proof. The claims on this that it's transfer proof, I don't believe. Okay, since I'm going to be taking my makeup off pretty soon anyways, I want to try this. And this is completely clean. There's nothing on it. So I'm just gonna like set it on my face, like let's just see here. Okay, I don't notice anything there. Now I want to try a little harder. I'm gonna just rub it. Yeah, there it is. See? And I'll show you what happened. I'm just gonna take a little piece of this under my hand, rub my nose, like I would if I was rubbing a tissue. Yeah, see? And now, if you look here at my nose, I have nothing left on my nose, and you can see where the foundation was. and where it's not, because I have little foundation rings in my nose now. See that? Isn't that attractive? Don't you love that when that happens? Oh, that's attractive. Long and short, you know, I don't know exactly what is considered actually it's transfer resistant is the term they use on here. So, you know, I don't know about that claim. You know, it's hard for me to say that this would be a foundation even to recommend for somebody with oily skin, which obviously, in my opinion, is what they're targeting, since they've done an oil-free, oil-controlling, shine-free matte foundation. And the reason I say that is because it's so thick with dimethicones. With how heavy it felt on my skin, you know, I don't know for sure, so I'm not making any claims, but from my experience, with all the years of foundation I've worn and skincare and everything else, something that's formulated that's this thick and that's this heavy, I see as being very prone to clogging pores. And for somebody who has oily skin, that is definitely not what you want. So we're going to leave it at this. I think it's kind of a you know, you saw what happened with application. I will tell you, it is probably, you know, and again, this is applying it the way I did. I did not like the way it felt at all. This, I had a very, very thick feeling on my skin for probably 2 hours past when my makeup was done. Even after powdering and pushing in with a beauty blender, I still had that for probably a good 2 hours. And then gradually it started getting more and more comfortable, probably as my own natural oil started working underneath it to give some of that moisturization. So, you know, it might just be a case of the fact that I'm dry skin and this is not a dry skin friendly foundation. It might be that I'm dry, mature skin and it's not a dry, mature skin foundation. So we will give it another try, like I said, with a moisturizer on my skin and see how that does. But for right now, I'm just not a fan of the formula. So I'm not going to say it's a bad foundation. I'm not going to say it's a good one. I'm just going to say me. And I do not like the texture feeling of this on my skin. I will probably post a follow-up video with this if there's interest. If you guys are interested in seeing if this foundation performs better with really heavily moisturized skin, you know, all you have to do is like the video to let me know, and that lets me know there's interest. So anyways, that's it for now, you guys. I hope you like this video, and again, please excuse the caterpillars laying up there. They got a little out of hand. Make sure to enter our Jaclyn Hill Morphe giveaway if you haven't done that already. There will be a link down below for it, and I'll probably put a tag somewhere in this video, if not right here. And that's it for now, you guys. I love you. I hope wherever you're at in the world, life's treating you good. And if you're having struggles, you're beating those bitches back and persevering. I love you. Remember, love and respect. Later. Bye.